Good morning, students. I hope you have already completed the selection and sequential control structures that we have talked earlier. And today we are going to talk on the third control structure, that was iterative control statements, right? So the iterative control statements in PL/SQL is used to execute the same code repeatedly. And everybody would be aware of this control structure because we have already used them in other programming languages too, right? So now we will be discussing about iterative control statements in detail. So now we will be using different types of iterative controls in PL/SQL. So these are different types and we have already done them, so it's nothing new. So first one is simple or infinite loop statement, and second one is while loop statement, and third one is for loop statement. And now we will be discussing all of these statements one by one, right? Now the most basic type of loop that we're going to use in PL/SQL is the simple loop statement, right? And it is also known, it is obviously known as infinite loop because there is no way to exit from the loop. To terminate this kind of loop, we have to use exit statement or exit when statement, right? So this is the syntax for simple loop statement. We are just using loop keyword, then sequence of statement will be there, and we are ending this loop with semicolon. And this is a simple example basically, which is showing the concept of the simple loop statement, right? Write a PL/SQL program which executes a loop 3 times using exit statement. Now in declare section, because we just want to run this loop for 3 times, so we are taking a variable that is n and that is initialized to 0. Then in begin we are using the concept of simple loop, so we are writing loop keyword and then we are incrementing the value of n, and then we are using exit statement that will be used with if keyword, right? And that means this statement and this kind of loop that will be executed at least once, right? And then we are using end if for this if, and then this is the package to display the output, and we are just writing loop executes n times, that depends upon this condition, and we are ending the loop and we are ending this program, and after saving and running this kind of program we will be getting this output, right? So this was all about simple loop statement, right? Now the next type of loop that we're going to use in PL/SQL is while loop statement, and this is known as conditional loop statement because we are using condition to run this type of loop, and the loop the statement that will be continue to execute till the condition is true, right? And we have done these loops in different programming languages also. So this is the syntax: while keyword, then condition, then loop keyword, then sequence of statement, and then we are ending this loop. So we don't need any kind of other exit or exit when statement in this type of loop because we are putting condition over here, and the loop will be continue to execute as long as the condition is true, right? So this is a very simple example to show this. Write a PL/SQL program to print the series of numbers starting from numbers n that will be entered by user, right, till 1. So in the code, in declare section, we are entering the value through user. So we are taking n, that is variable name, data type, assignment operator, and then reference variable name. That means we are fetching the value from user, and in begin section we are using while loop, and what we're giving here, while keyword, then the condition. Condition is what? When n is greater than equal to 1, the loop should continue. So if it is greater than equal to 1, and then we are using loop construct, loop keyword, and then we are just displaying the value of n, and we are decrementing the value, and we are ending this loop and we are ending this program. So it's very simple, and I hope you understand this point. Now the next type of loop that we're going to use in PL/SQL is for loop statement, and generally we use this type of loop where we know the number of iterations in advance. That means we know how many times we want to run the code, right? So the syntax for for loop statement is like this. We are using for keyword, then we are using counter, that is the variable basically that will be initialized to lower value, lower bound basically. That is the initial value to start the loop, and upper bound, that is the final value to end the loop. And after this variable we are using in keyword, and this reverse keyword is optional because by default the iteration proceed upward, that means from lower bound to upper bound, right? And if you want to do in the reverse order, that means from upper bound to lower bound, in that case we are just using reverse keyword. And then we will use loop keyword, and that will be followed by the sequence of statement, and we will end this loop, right? Now we are showing the concept of for loop for a simple program. Write a program in PL/SQL to print the table of a number, and that is very simple one, and everybody knows about the logic of this program, how we are going to print a table of a number. For table of a number we just need a number that will be entered by user. So in declare section we are using n variable that will be entered by user, right? And now in begin section we are using for loop, and we know the specified time of the iteration, that will be of 10 times, right? 1 to 10. So that's why we are using the concept of for loop over here. We are writing for keyword, then I is a counter that is initialized to 1, initial value is 1, and then we are using range operator 1 to 10, that means, and the final value of I will be 10. It will start from 1 and it will end to 10, right? And after this we are using loop keyword, and we are just using the logic of the program, and we are ending this loop. And I hope this is very simple program, and you don't have any kind of problem in this type of program, right? Now we are considering an example basically to show the concept of reverse in for loop. So we are taking example this: write a program in PL/SQL to print the value from n to 1 in the same line, right? But now as we know that we want to print the value from n to 1, so that value n that will be provided by the user. So in declare section we are taking n variable whose value is entered through user, right? And in begin section we are taking for keyword. We are obviously using for loop in reverse order. For keyword, then I is a counter variable, and then in keyword, and now we are using reverse because we want to display the value from n to 1, that is in reverse order. And here we are using the initial value, that is 1, and then range operator and then n. But now this loop will be executed from n to 1 in reverse order. Otherwise, if we don't write reverse, it will be executed from 1 to n, right? And then we will use loop keyword, and we are displaying the value of I. That the value of I, the first value of I will be n obviously, and that will be decrementing because we are using reverse keyword. Now we are ending the loop, and we are ending this program. Okay. Now I hope the concept of control structures that we are using in PL/SQL is clear to you, and you just need to implement all the programs that we have discussed. And if you have any kind of query, you can contact me. Thank you.